They didn't know they were seconds away from death. No argument, no warning, no chance to run. They were asleep inside a quiet home in rural Alabama when a killer walked through the door and unleashed the worst mass murder in Mobile County's history. 5 people and an unborn child gone in minutes. But here's the part that shakes investigators to this day. Hours before the killings, 911 was called. Police showed up, searched the property, and left. They didn't find him, but he was already there. Tonight, we're diving into the case of Derrick Ryan Dearman, a man who claimed his mind was falling apart, a man who said it felt like someone else had the steering wheel, a man who asked the courts to execute him. This is Citronelle, Alabama, August 20th, 2016, and this is the story of a safe house that became a mass grave. Lynetta Lester had finally escaped her abusive ex-boyfriend, Derrick Dearman. She ran straight to her brother's house on Jim Platt Road, deep in the woods west of Citronelle. It wasn't just a house, it was a refuge. The house was shared by 2 young couples, plus her brother Joseph and his wife. 6 people were under that roof, and by morning, 5 would be dead. Lynetta thought she was safe, but Dearman was already searching for her. She wasn't hiding from a stalker. She was hiding from a ticking bomb. And at 1 a.m., someone inside the house dialed 911. They warned dispatchers, "Derrick Dearman is here. He's outside the house." Police responded. They searched the property. Nothing. No signs of him. They left. And that, right there, may have been the moment everything changed, because police missed one thing. He was still coming back. At 4 a.m., the house fell silent. Everyone was asleep. Then, Dearman struck. He forced his way inside while they slept. According to investigators, he immediately went for the guns inside the house, using the victim's own firearms against them. Then came the axe. Every victim was shot, then slashed. 5 adults, 1 unborn child, all dead at the scene. These were their names: Joseph Adam Turner, 26, Lynetta's brother; Shannon Melissa Randall, 35, Joseph's wife; Robert Lee Brown, 26, Justin Caleb Reed, 23, Chelsea Marie Reed, 22, and 5 months pregnant; 2 young married couples, 1 unborn baby. Lives built on love, stolen by fear. And as if that wasn't enough, he kidnapped Lynetta and an infant child of his brother, dragged them to Leakesville, Mississippi, 30 miles away, and for the first time since the massacre, the world saw his face. But when detectives finally heard his explanation, they realized they weren't dealing with a simple monster. They were dealing with a collapsing mind. Hours after the massacre, Dearman walked into a police station and surrendered. No chase, no shootout, no resistance. During interrogation, he cried, apologized, repeatedly said he didn't understand why he'd done it. His words stunned investigators. It was like someone else had the steering wheel. And once that line became public, people divided. Some called it manipulation. Others saw it as something darker, a severely broken mind that had finally snapped. Dearman claimed he hadn't slept in 6 days, had taken a massive amount of meth, was hearing voices, believed people were after him. Experts weren't surprised. They'd heard this before, because Derrick Ryan Dearman had been mentally deteriorating since childhood. He didn't become unstable suddenly. He had been failing for decades, and nobody saw it coming. Or maybe they did, but no one stopped it. The earliest record, age 4. That's when his mother said he first talked about wanting to die. He was given antidepressants at age 12. Then he turned to drugs. Crack at 14, Meth at 16. In his early 20s, he tried to drive off the road to kill himself. In his early 20s, he was hospitalized in a psychiatric unit. And yet no long-term plan was ever created for him. No mental health program, no intervention that stuck. Derrick grew up believing something was wrong with his mind, but the system processed him like one more name on one more form. A psychiatrist later warned the courts, his brain dysfunction and suicidal thinking will cause him to self-sabotage and ensure a death sentence. And that's exactly what happened. The courts were warned, and they chose to keep going. Dearman was charged with 6 counts of capital murder and 2 counts of kidnapping. Under Alabama law, the unborn child was counted as the 6th victim. He first pled not guilty, but in 2018, he reversed everything. He fired both of his lawyers, told the court he wanted to move forward alone, and pled guilty. Normally, this would be a red flag. Mental competency hearings should have been called. But instead, his plea went forward. No trial to prove guilt, only a trial to decide how he would die. The prosecutor went for death. The jury agreed. Dearman was officially sentenced to die. But his family, who also lost people in that house, believed he didn't need death. They begged the court. He needs treatment. He needs help. He needs time. But time ran out because Dearman was done fighting. He made one last decision, the final one he'd ever make.
Instead of appealing, he wrote a handwritten letter to state officials in Alabama. He asked for execution. He stopped all appeals, saying he no longer wanted to fight to stay alive. And that decision forced the governor to act. On October 17, 2024, Governor Kay Ivey signed the execution order. Questions instantly exploded online. Was he suicidal or truly ready to accept guilt? Did he give up or seek escape? Should severe mental illness disqualify someone from execution? Experts argue this wasn't clarity, this was mental collapse. For many, this wasn't justice. It was the state helping a suicidal man die. And that raises a disturbing question. Did the death penalty solve anything, or just give him what he always wanted? We don't usually execute people for seeking death, but in this case, Alabama did. Hours before he died, Derrick Dearman received a final request. From a local restaurant, he ordered a seafood platter, fried catfish, 3 fried shrimp, 3 boiled shrimp, 3 fried oysters, 3 onion rings, a deviled crab, 2 sides. At 6:14 p.m., October 17, 2024, he was executed by lethal injection. No final dramatic speech, no last-minute appeal, just silence and then a legal ending. But outside that chamber, the debate kept going. Should a man with decades of mental illness have gotten treatment instead? Or does murder, especially of a pregnant woman, demand the ultimate punishment? One thing is certain, this case isn't just about one killer. It's about warning signs ignored. It's about victims who tried to seek safety and police who arrived just hours too soon. It's about the failure of mental health infrastructure in America. And it's about a question the justice system still can't answer. If someone's mind is broken, can we really call it justice when we kill them? In the end, 6 lives were taken. 5 innocent adults, 1 unborn child, a newborn spared, and a family destroyed on both sides. Dearman didn't run from the law. He ran toward it, and he asked for death. The system gave it to him. Was that justice? Or was it the quickest way to close a case? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Should severe mental illness block someone from execution? Or, if you take 6 lives, does your life lose its value too? I read every comment, and I'll see you in the next case.